All right, everybody, I absolutely love coming to Gateway Classic Cars, and here I am in Gateway Classic Cars of Phoenix. Massive showroom, just in Gateway style, so there is a lot here. But more than that, I want to find out a little bit more about this particular showroom. So I've got Bill here with me. Bill, how are you today?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Thank you for giving me the time, and I'm glad I came at the end of the day because it's nice and quiet.
A little quieter this time of day, that's correct.
I do like that, because otherwise, especially on Saturday mornings, in the morning time, you get a lot of visitors.
We do a lot of traffic quite often anyway because of the auctions, a lot of car activity in the valley this time of the year. Beautiful weather, that helps us out a lot, so you bet.
We're here in Arizona now. We've been and seen so many different showrooms on the channel. Tell me a little bit about the one here in Phoenix.
Well, the one in Scottsdale, we've been here about 7 years. Actually, it's a Scottsdale name, but we are in northern Phoenix. My apologies. We have about 250, 275 cars always in stock here. We have 3 to 4 on our main showroom floor where the offices are located, and then we go to the warehouse or our main showroom where we have about 250 to 260 cars, ranging from antique cars, 30s, 40s, a lot of resto mods, a lot of muscle, a lot of antique cars. We do quite a few Model A's, the old stuff still. We enjoy that stuff, all the way up to your modern Mercedes-Benz, Porsches, and everything else.
Awesome. Well, we're going to have a look at a variety of different ones, and I always like to get a variety to suit everybody's budget. So I'll let you show me some. But
and we do have a budget here. I mean, we're budget-minded cars sometimes, and not always in the classic car world, obviously. But you know, right here we have quite a few Corvettes right now in this particular area, with pretty much a natural, original '66 Nassau blue car, all the way to a '65 396 big block '65 coupe in Milano maroon. And then we've got a small block over here. We go, like you said, we go to the beginners a little bit, a '77 10,000-mile car, all the way to a late model Grand Sport right next to it, to a restored '69 steel bumper car right next to that.
Nice. So you mentioned budget friendly. So let's take a look at some of the prices here.
This is the big black car right here, 396. Belonged to a gentleman for quite some time. With this car is all original, other than the Kelsey Hayes wheels per him. Factory side exhaust, and we kind of range on this car. We're asking 138 down to a small block where we're about 88,000 on the Milano maroon small block. And these are all consignment cars. That's what Gateway specializes in.
Okay.
So you see a variety. That's a small block 65, same color combination, a little bit more rare interior. It's got a burgundy interior in it.
That's what I was trying to have a look. They look good. Anytime you've got interiors that flow in the same color.
A little unusual.
Very nice. Now this is listed for $88,000.
A lot of play on the Corvettes this time of the year. And then we kind of mix it up as we get down to a little late model Grand Sport with 11,100 miles on it, to an 86, to a Citroen, to a Pie Wagon 1903. So
2011 right here, everybody. Now this is listed for 40.
Grand Sport.
The Grand Sport convertible, 46,000.
Supersonic blue.
And what was the miles, did you say?
11,000 miles on it for a 2011. It's actually a two-owner car, but it's a local car.
Wow, only 11,000 miles and only 2 owners, everybody. This is very nice, and this is listed for 44?
This is in the high 40s, right.
48,000, I think it was.
Yep, we're 46 on this one.
46, there you go. Then you've got one of the pace cars as well.
An 86 pace car. This has a Doug Nash 4+3 transmission, so it's a manual transmission in it. Kind of an average Corvette. We sell a little bit of everything.
13,000 for the pace car, everybody. Now, let's just stop at the Corvettes and have a look at what's in front of me.
1903 Pie Wagon. This would have been a display back in the quarter at a merchant. They would have sold goods out of the back of it, produce, meats, whatever be the case. So, yeah, very cool.
Has this been restored back to exactly what it would look like?
Other than the drivetrain's a modern drivetrain, and it would be restored to what it should have been as it came from the factory. That's correct.
So let me get this straight. So back in the day, they would be selling veggies off the back of this.
Veggies or meat or merchandise. The back doors open up and you've got a compartment back there to sell out of.
Why is it so beautiful and flashy for selling?
It's a fresh rebuild, fresh restore.
Of course, but even that, I mean,
a lot of brass. You know, they had a lot of
brass
back in
a
those
lot of
days
brass.
to set the cars off, pleated seats, wood wheels.
I love seeing things like this, and I haven't seen, what did you call this again, sir?
Pie wagon.
A pie wagon.
1903 Ford.
I love the whole design of this. So much thought has been put into it. I mean, even just looking at the headliner, I guess. It's all wood, of course.
Very simple in design, but very effective.
And the windows being obviously you needed to get air in there.
Yep, you bet.
So produce doesn't go
We
bad.
drove this in the winter and summer. You've been wide open.
Every time I see antiques like that, it just takes me back, and I'm like, what would it be like to be back in that time? I love it. What are you selling this for now?
This one here is for about $19,000.
19,000. I should come to the car shows in this, everybody. I've got plenty of windows for my cameras.
It'll be a great display piece when you're going out and about on the road.
Oh, I bet. Where is the engine? It's a crank engine.
Underneath the seat.
Underneath the seat.
Right. This has a modern engine in it, so it's like out of a lawn tractor, but you basically open this up and there's the engine exposed right there. On, off switch, a kill switch. And this is your speed.
The speed, that's the speed on the side.
It's correctly how you, yep. Just by the lever, you increase or slow it up or down.
Originally it would have had a crank engine, I'm guessing?
Very simple, yes. It would have been a little bit more of a Model A engine in it.
So cool.
So then we kind of go over here, a little bit of variety, a very rare car here, and looking at it, probably doesn't look as rare as you think it might be. Gorgeous classic design, but this is all about the motor in this one. Very unusual. Cross ram car, very few people have seen that motor combination. So
I've never seen it. Now, please talk to me.
1960 Dodge Polara with a cross ram motor in it, and that is correct factory for the car.
I love the Mopars, and we've seen so many different Dodges, but I've never come across the Polara.
Very unusual, have that big of a spread. You have a lot of cross rams out there, but this is a very rare engine. Not a lot of them were produced for this year. But that is the correct motor combination for this car that year.
And it's got two carburetors.
Two carburetors, yep. These are actually your intakes. That's what they call it, the cross ram, both sides.
That's the intakes, okay. And what's the original block under this?
383 block V8.
And what was the benefits of having this set up?
Performance. Big car, performance. And having one of a kind.
Do we know how many were made?
I do not know how many. I have not researched that. You just don't see very many of them. So.
No, definitely not. Beautiful restoration nonetheless.
It's a beautiful car.
True to the 60s style with the fins, everybody.
Yeah, the fins in the back, a lot of chrome, a lot of stainless, a lot of show.
I haven't seen any Dodge cars that had the fins. We've seen all the Challengers and
well,
the Dusters, but
these do very, very well in the classic world nowadays. A very unique dash, speedo combination. It's a see-through, and you can see if you look at the dash on a push button, very neat. Probably one where, besides the engine, that's really rare right there. So you have a push button transmission, see-through illuminated speedometer and gauges.
a push button transmission. Okay.
Dodge had a few of those in there.
Yep. Chrysler did come up around that time with a few of the push button transmissions. Right. And I remember finding out about it and thinking it's so fascinating because you always associate that with the modern day cars.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of these cars the manufacturers are well ahead of their time in the design and the classic styling and the uniqueness of every one of them. So
in true Chrysler fashion, I will say that. Now, the 60 Polara, everybody, is listed for $183,000. Very rare indeed, $183,000. That is what's expected to find when you do come across a rare classic like this, and especially one that has been restored so well, interior as well as the exterior. I like this.
Very neat car, yeah. A very, very neat car. Then we go to a unique Honda 2000, we go to a sports car. Those kinds that have a cult following, as you will know.
Oh, they do, and we'll definitely have a look at that. But for my...
convertible?
Yep, Tri-Fi fans at home, the 57 convertible, everybody. Looks like it's got the 383 V8 in it.
Yes, it has a modern drivetrain in it, full leather, canvas top. It's got the California bumpers, gold package.
Nice. And this is listed for $111,000.
Fully restored again, ready to drive and ready to enjoy.
Ready to bring to the Tri-5 Nationals in Bowling Green and show me next year. This is super cool. There is a lot, and we will go to the back row as well. But let's have a look at something that is coming in trend. And they do have their following, and even more so these days now.
You see, the Honda 2000s kind of have a cult following. This is a nice example. Original color combination, been well taken care of. Pretty much a one-owner car from what we understand talking to the seller.
Well, the younger guys love these because there is so much you can do with this engine. You could really tweak it.
It's a Honda. It doesn't break down very often.
That's right. 32,000 right here. Oh, that's different.
Yep, it's been, they extended the front end a little bit, took the front fenders off and the rear fenders, gave it more of a little bit of a resto mod look. Still a modern Volkswagen drivetrain with a unique look to it. That should be Daytona orange is what that color should be.
Okay. Definitely looks like a street rod, similar to what we see with the Fords.
Yeah. You notice the front wheels are extended out probably about a foot or 18 inches from what it would have been originally.
Definitely, yeah. The whole length is it's longer as well. And they've added is that a sunroof?
It is a sunroof, that's correct.
It's got a sunroof. Now, what year was the Volkswagen at one stage?
73.
A 73. Super neat. And something like this, obviously, they're going to concentrate on the power as well.
Exactly. This has a 1600cc dual port motor in it with special exhaust, free flow exhaust. So I have a little bit of a Volkswagen rumble to it, nothing too loud. So.
Don't need it because that's going to draw enough attention. Do we know the price for this yet?
That one there, I believe, is in the high 20s, if I remember correctly.
High 20s. There's a lot of fabrication, custom work that has gone into that. That would be a lot more worth than in the high 20s.
You bet it. So we kind of go to a little bit of everything here. Kind of a rear car 61 Jaguar XK150 Coupe. Restored twice since its lifetime. The last one is in 2013 per the seller. Runs and drives great, very few miles in the restoration. Real wire wheels, the wide whites. A lot of Hollywood characters, a lot of Hollywood people who had driven this car when they first came out. It was one of their favorite cars.
Very different to the other Jaguars of its time, especially with the headlights.
Yes.
This is interesting.
And with a fixed head coupe on it too. It's a solid car.
Very interesting. The 61 is listed for $66,000, everybody. Restored twice, so you know this has had the work. Someone spent a lot of love and money. It's definitely a very different classic. Anytime you come across the European ones, they kind of stand out on their own.
They do.
Now what have you got here? It's got a board and a whole history.
An original 50 olds. It's never been restored. But with the original patina paint, you see it's been rubbed through a few places. That's just from polishing it and taking care of it lovingly. A lot of receipts for the ownership history of the car.
We've got an absolute survivor, Oldsmobile 88. And it's a California car as well. Wow.
And that car probably will be in the mid-20s, right through there.
Mid-20s, everybody. The car a lot of the builders dream about having because it's got such good bones.
Yes. Great foundation to start off with. Same owner since 1985.
Oh, wow, okay.
He was a genuine Ford collector. He had about 40 cars in his collectors. It's been said that he knew Henry the Ford II and was friends with him and Lee Iacocca. He has passed away. His family is selling just a handful of his cars. This is a 47 Ford Deluxe convertible. And it's pretty much been restored quite a few years ago, but just a gorgeous car.
A one owner.
Since 1985.
Since 1985. Still, it's a long time.
You see we have some of the cars we're charging the batteries on them. They would be on the safe side. It gives them a little extended length that way.
Yep. Is this the nailhead engine in here?
It'd be a nailhead V8. No, yeah, it's going to be your...
Oh, it's the flathead, sorry.
It's a flathead V8.
I always get my flatheads and nailheads mixed up.
Two carbs on it.
Two carbs. If it was a Buick, it would be a nailhead.
A Buick would be a nailhead, you bet.
Okay, Talk to me about this.
This one here just came in. This is a fairly local West Coast, California, Nevada, Arizona built car. It's taken some trophies at the Roadster show in LA. Not for a roadster, but in its own class. Custom built, very few miles on it. Modern drivetrain. I think it's got an LS3 in it. Full custom leather in it. And this is one of our new arrivals. We don't have a lot of information posted on this particular car yet.
Something like this with the chop top, the stands, the amount of work that's been gone in, it's definitely going to be, I'm guessing.
Yeah, this is probably a $300,000 build per the seller, and we're going to ask in the low 100s, I believe, for it.
Yeah. The Grand National Roadster Show is not far, everybody, and I definitely will be in Pomona checking out those builds and chatting with the builders. So keep an eye on that for on the channel. Now, talk to me about the Biscayne. I love a white classic.
This is kind of an interesting car. The same owner for the last 38 years. It's been his baby. It is nearly mint. How it has the fender skirts on the back. It's actually an inline 6-cylinder. You could not tell that the car is absolutely stunning. Pretty rare little car. He's taken very good care of it.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, as you can see, the presentations there, and it is a Biscayne, so it's a 2-door post, but it still has the nice fins in the back. Pretty much original style interior. It would not have come with carpet originally. This would have been a vinyl floor in the Biscayne, but he added the carpet.
Restoration done right. And what's the price for the Biscayne?
This one here is going to be in the high 30s, I think. That's where it is, if I remember correctly. Oh, probably a little bit more than that, isn't she?
I would be surprised if it was in the 30s. 51,000
Yep.
for the 1960 Biscayne, everybody. I love it. The white's got a bit of a shimmer onto it. Could be a little bit of pearl in there. Definitely an impressive classic. My favorite part is the fins. This is just the beginning of the showroom. There is so many more. Let's continue along and
kind of keeps going here to a late, 07 Shelby. Just came out of Carroll Shelby's factory in Las Vegas, so it's a true Shelby from Vegas. We have a 70 Dodge Super B. Per the seller, the number's matching 383 in it, automatic car. Nice, excellent paint, sublime green.
70 Super B for 66,000. Nice.
Some documentation on the collar. Galen Govier documented to a certain point.
Then we've got a Cobra.
Next to it, we have a Factory 5, a real high-end Factory 5 Cobra. It does have a small block in it. It's got a Hillebrand style wheel on it with a side exhaust. Real high-end little Factory 5. Beautiful, beautiful car.
The Factory 5 do make amazing Cobras, honestly, at a third of the price of an original.
Exactly. And next to it, we have an OZ. This car was built by a gentleman out of Clear Lake, Iowa. About a $250,000 to $300,000 build. It's been a show car most of its life. It is sitting on the ground. It is bagged. There's 3 different dimensions it goes up when you want to adjust the height of it. Absolutely stunning car. It actually is a lighter silver over a darker silver.
That's what's happening. I was trying to see the 2 different tones.
Yeah, there's 2 tones right at the brake.
Now a 37 Ford OZE. Am I saying that correct, Bill?
Yeah, OZ, right, yep.
What would it have originally looked like? Because
Well,
I know
this is
this
a
is very
fiberglass car.
custom. Okay.
So the
okay.
body is reminiscent of what the 37 would have been new, although they chopped the top and suicide doors on it, all poppers, power trunk on it. Like I said, pretty much for show only the last few, since it was built. This is probably a 12, 14-year-old build.
It's got an LS1 in there and it's listed for $138,000, everybody. A lot of labor, a lot of nice parts, and leather interior as well.
So we kind of have a mix of everything. We'll go by a late model Mach 1 57 2-door wagon. It's as nice underneath as it is on top. Absolutely stunning little 57 wagon.
The wagons and the Nomads are very popular this year, and they have been popular. Nice. This has got the 350, I'm guessing. Oh no, it's got an LS.
It's going to have an LS1 in it, I believe, the 5.7.
Listed for 89,000. Anytime an LS is put in there instead of the 350, that does take the price up, everybody. But very nice.
Kind of a mixture again. 68 Camaro RS convertible with a houndstooth interior.
And this was a 68 Camaro? Very nice.
I believe that has a 350 in it. That just came in. We don't have much information on the windshield yet. So to a custom build 68 Camaro, to a 70 Synergy green Camaro. This is a split bumper car, very popular nowadays.
'78 Camaro. This is definitely popular, and we see a lot of Camaros and Chevelles for sale, everybody. Let me bring this in closer. It's the 70, excuse me, not the 78, listed for 57,000. Yep, the 70, and it does have the LS1 in it.
Great stance, beautiful put together car.
And there's a cult following for the 70 Camaros as well.
Next to it's kind of a little rare car. You have a right-hand drive, Nissan Skyline GTR R32, which basically this is the supercharged. It's got the blower, got the blower on it, but it's all-wheel drive and all-wheel steering car. Probably one of the nicest examples you'll see.
See, these were the hot cars when I was in high school, Bill, okay? Especially back in Australia.
Very hot car.
Oh, yes. Except we don't say Nissan, it's a Nissan.
There you go. Yes, yep, you bet.
We call it a Nissan.
Yeah, you bet, exactly.
Oh, that's pretty cool, everybody. Some of you might not consider it a classic, but it's a 93 Skyline GTR R32.
It's kind of like your S2000 Hondas. It's kind of a cult following for these particular cars. So.
Absolutely. 5-speed manual car, of course, listed for 66,000. Very nice.
We're just in the first couple rows of cars. We have another 10, 12, 14 rows of cars. So we just kind of mixed it up. 56 Bel Air that has been restored, modern drivetrain in it. Stock pretty much interior. It does have vintage air in it. It sits really nice. It runs and drives as nice as it looks.
And this is for 95,000. Now, Bill, do you have anything in the 30s and 40s?
As far as the cars we do.
Let's go and find something a little bit more cheaper.
So right here, just to kind of give you an entry-level Cadillac. This is a 49 Cadillac. Do some Mercedes. This is a diesel right here.
Got the Mercedes there for 9,000. And before the Cadillac, now I'm just walking past the Plymouth here, the Barracuda, 27,000 for the 66 Barracuda. And I'm guessing this has not been restored?
No, this is an original paint car, original interior car, it's a slant 6 motor in it. 13-inch wheels and tires, which have been factored that year, full down back seat. The car is all original from one end to the other, including the interior, from what we can determine, per the seller also.
This is pretty cool. And it's in really good condition, yeah.
A little bit of peeling in the paint, but that's to be expected for a car that's almost 50 years old. Not 60.
That is a pretty cool Survivor, everybody, for 27,000. Now, I've seen folks at the swap meets buying projects for in the 20s, because if it's got good bones, then it's going to be worth the restoration. Save you that much time in labor. There you go. All right, let me have a look at this Cadillac now.
Yeah, 49 Cadillacs. It's the 4-door. It's a nice entry-level car for somebody for $16,500. Pretty much original car. It's been painted.
16,500 for the 49 Series 62.
Just kind of cover the bases here. 60 T-Bird, 67 Firebird convertible. These people, a lot of money spent on these restorations. I think the seller indicates he's got over $130,000 in receipts, and we're asking less than half of that basically for the car. Beautiful car.
66,000 for the 57 Firebird, everybody, convertible too. And yeah, this has been done so well.
66, one of the more desirable ones nowadays. 66 SS 396, numbers matching for the seller. Frame off restored with just 2,300 miles on it with a 4-speed.
And this is listed for 88,000. Now, any of these cars, everybody, for more information, details, and more pictures, go to gatewayclassiccars.com. Just showing you what's here on the showroom floor.
51 Jaguar, stunning car next to a 56 Ford F-150 that just, or 100 just came in.
The Jags are one of my favorites when it comes to the European cars. Very nice. Listed for 95,000, the 51 XK120. Now the 56 Ford F100 for 66,000, 4-speed automatic. It's got the 302 Jasper V8 in it. Beautiful blue. The interior has been done as well. It looks like it's got a top on the bed.
Tonneau cover on the bed, correct.
Nice.
Not to brag, this is kind of our sold roll, the cars that we're delivering in the next few days.
No, go ahead and brag, Bill.
71 Dodge Power Wagon, 4-speed, kind of rare, all the way to a late model Cadillac. 08, one of the last 2 years they made the XLR. 65 Mustang G convertible, 07 Mustang convertible. So we sell a little bit of everything all the time. We try to label them when they're sold.
So, Bill, tell me, how does this showroom do compared to the other 19 showrooms of Gateway?
Typically, the Scottsdale showroom runs close to the top most of the time.
Okay.
Pretty consistently, at least the last 2 or 3 years we have here. We've been very fortunate. So.
And is that because it's Arizona? People are expecting it to be better cars?
I think it's the Southwest cars. We ship a lot to the east and to the Midwest and even to the Southeast. So.
Okay, so I can label this as the biggest showroom of Gateway Classic
I think
Cars?
they're all about the same size, but we sell as many, we have a couple, 3, 4 stores that really do very well, and we think we're in one of the top ones all the time. So.
Nice, nice. Depending on which state you are in, there is Gateway showrooms. We've been to the one in Dallas, as well as Atlanta, Nashville, Tampa, and Orlando as well. So, yeah, I'm always curious to see the different ones.
One family-owned, 70 Oldsmobile 442. Actually, it's a real Ram Air car. If you see the scoops underneath the bumpers. 400 Ram Air, which is very rare. Same family-owned since 1971. The father got it from the original owner, and he gave it to his daughter, and she is presenting it for sale at this particular point.
I knew that the 442s were already one of the rarer one of the Oldsmobiles, but now this is the Ram 442.
So this is the Ram engine, so it's.
And for that reason, there you go, everybody, 83,000 for the 69. And one owner, it's just, you know that it's been kept so well, and you can tell just by the dash. I mean, not many scratches or anything. A little bit of TLC is needed on the seats, but that paint job is wow. This is beautiful.
It's kind of a combination of everything, again, from a late model SRT. It's been souped up a little bit with a super. Then we go to a Chevelle, convertible, a couple late model anniversary Corvettes, Maserati Quattraport, luxury sedan that is basically, I believe they have a Ferrari motor in them, kind of neat. A couple of street rods with a 32 Ford back here, that's real stunning. 60 Olds back here.
And the 65 Coronet, the Dodge Coronet is listed for 21,000, everybody, just here on my right. The blues are drawing me in these days. Grab these before they become sparse, right? At 21,000, you can't go wrong.
Very rare 56 hand-built Lincoln.
Hand-built.
The original car, other than a repaint, original leather interior. These were all hand-built in 1956. Very classic lines.
When I was looking at the history of the Corvettes, I know that in was it the 63 or the 57? They were all hand-built.
53, 4, and 5s were hand-built.
Hand-built.
Yeah.
But Lincolns were doing that in 1956.
56s were all hand built. There's production numbers are quite low on them.
And obviously, with the Corvettes, it's all you're looking at fiberglass. But this obviously is steel.
Metal.
This is metal, and it was
Probably more metal
hand
in
built.
this car than there are 6 new cars nowadays. You know,
It's a heavy car. It's a solid
There's a lot
car.
of metal in the car. You see the neat, unique vents in the back fenders. They did really a lot of neat styling on this car.
Let me just get this to the front here. Have a good look here, everybody. And I know that I'll be going home and having a look to see if anybody's done a documentary on when this was actually built in the production line. Very neat little scoops on both sides, just defining that line even more. I like this. Now this is listed for $58,000, everybody. Does have the 368 cubic inch overhead V8 overhead valves, the V8 engine, 3-speed turbo drive, automatic transmission as well. 2 doors, does have air as well, so yeah, that's pretty cool. 58,000.
Kind of go to the Mustang here. These are very popular now. This has been restored a little bit. 67 fastback, rotisserie restoration. Beautiful car, meteor gray for the seller with the black stripes. It's very, very fresh. You know, less than 540 miles on the build. Built 302, 420 horsepower car.
Nice.
And this one is, we do have a deposit on this one here, so.
And it was listed for 95,000. It's a 5-speed manual car, everybody, so yeah, that should say something. Look at the Fairlane pinks. I love it.
Retractable hardtop.
I love these. And anytime that I see somebody at the car shows, and of course I'm going to tell them, okay, let's open the top and let's close it again, because the amount of wires that's been used
And hydraulics.
And the way they've been able to hide it all is actually quite fascinating, everyone.
You don't see too many retractables around anymore either.
No. And this looks like it's an all original.
It's been restored a few years ago.
A few years ago, okay.
It's restored to pretty much correct factory specs.
It's definitely a showstopper, that's for sure.
Talked about older cars. Stunning Cadillac convertible back here.
Okay, let me just get this.
Probably one of the nicest cars we have on display right now for the classics back into the 40s.
40s Cadillac convertible.
Cadillac Series 62 convertible. Absolutely stunning paint on it. This came to us from a guy that's got a 40 car collection, thinning down and rotating some cars out of his collection. So, beautiful car.
I didn't know the Series 62 actually did the convertibles as well. And this is retractable, the top?
Yes, it is a convertible.
It wouldn't be automatic at that time, and during the restoration they didn't make it electric.
This was probably a hydraulic power top on it, yeah.
Hydro, okay. 48 Series 62 convertible, and this is listed for 95,000.
Bottle of water?
No, I'm good for now, but I'm going to continue looking around.
Yeah, you bet, please.
You can send someone else in to keep me company. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Okay. Well, I'm going to just walk all the way to this side and see what else I can find. Got a Beetle here, 79, listed for 24,000. And then a 94 Rover Mini, something for everyone, at 19,000. Okay, this looks like a Buick Riviera. Another big car. My favorite part is the grills. Not sure what year this one is, so let's have a look. a 70 Buick Riviera, and this is listed for $16,500, the 455 V8. It's always nice coming at the end of the day, because then I'm not disrupting sales, there's no customers about, and the staff are pretty chilled. Hi there.
Hey.
Thank you, Bill.
You're welcome.
Al, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing very well, thank you.
Thanks for keeping me company.
No problem. Thanks for stopping by Gateway Classic Cars.
Absolutely, I had to
Yeah.
stop by. How long have you been with them for?
Coming up on 4 years.
4 years.
Yes.
Obviously, you love classic cars.
I've been involved with classic cars and muscle cars since I've been a teenager. So, yeah. And then I was in the restaurant business for many years, which afforded me to be able to buy cars because I had a nice cash flow. And so then when I sold my restaurant, I applied here, and they hired me. I love it.
That's how you know that someone is an avid classic car enthusiast. You've loved them, you've been around them.
My whole life.
And
yeah.
you don't need to work right now, but you still want to come over here and
Right.
be amongst these.
I tried retirement and it didn't work for me. I had to get out of the house and do something. So
Good for you.
This is fun.
Well, Al, what's your favorite?
I like the Chevy muscle cars, basically from like the late 60s, early 70s. That's
Okay.
That's my favorite, yeah.
So you got some good deals here for us?
Not at the moment. Those seem to move out very quickly when we get them. So
Yeah, they don't last.
They don't last long. So
The Camaros, the Chevelles, they just...
the Novas, we have a really nice Nova on the showroom floor. We have a nice 66 Chevelle over there. You probably saw already. But other than that, we have a few.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've been trying to find some reasonably well-priced cars for people getting into the classic car market.
Right, and then have them shipped over to the other side somewhere?
No. That would mean a lot of paperwork, and I'm pretty sure that Gateway would be able to ship overseas.
We've done it before.
Yes.
We had a gentleman come over from, when I first started working here, a gentleman came over from Australia, and he bought 25 cars from us. He bought 6 from this location,
Yep.
and the rest were from our other locations, and then he had them all shipped over. And I think he did it as an investment and flipped them over there on the other side.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is nice. He would have definitely done really well. But this is for the people of YouTube, the wonderful folks that I've met at the car shows, many Americans, but we do have a fair few Aussies now on the channel, so definitely if something sees or takes your interest, give Gateway a call and ask about that process. Let's have a look at the Mercury.
That's a nice car. It's a nice survivor. Ready to be driven and enjoyed. See, some cars are over invested in, and they put such a nice paint job, then they're scared to drive them. You know what I mean? Sometimes I like to find a car like this where you can just take it home, enjoy it, and not be so worried if you get a little nick on it or something.
Exactly. For $21,000, the 1972 Cougar, everybody, I mean, the paint is still so good. The interiors, the leather's still good as well. $21,000, you're going to be driving a classic, and not just any classic, but a convertible as well. It's got the 351
Yeah, nice car.
V8, very nice. But of course, we love the Tri-5s. We've got a 57 here as well, a 210 57. This is a nice restoration.
Oh, very nice.
Listed for $89,000. A Townsman wagon. So how is this different to the regular wagons of the Tri-5s?
They have the Bel Air, they have the Townsman, they have a Tradesman. I'm not sure. There's subtle differences. I don't know the differences too much. But I was going to pop the hood for you.
Yes, please. A Townsman and a Tradesman. I mean, a Tradesman, I guess, would be in business at the time in the 50s, whereas a Townsman might be just your family guy.
Well, I think the Tradesman was a 2-door and Townsman was a 4-door.
Okay.
Pretty sure that's what it was.
Townsman obviously would have the family,
Yep.
give it the 4 doors,
Yes.
whereas Tradesman would need more room and...
More room for tools or supplies or stuff, yeah.
Okay, I'm getting it.
Yeah.
Do you go to the car shows as well?
Occasionally. I spend most of my time here now, so we have two gentlemen that work for us right now. They're at the Good Guys car show that's going on right now over in Westworld.
Yep.
We have two people there right now.
Buying cars?
No, we have a booth.
Oh, you have a booth.
And we're selling our process. You know, bring your car in for us to sell, or we have a showroom full of cars for sale.
Nice.
Either one. We'll be there all weekend.
There will be footage from the Good Guys show, everybody on the channel. So do keep an eye out where we chat with the builders and see some of the builds as well as the swap meets and cars for sale. Let's have a look at the Biscay. Now listed for $46,000.
Mm-hmm.
What year is this one?
This is a 66. This car is a beast. It's got a 502 in it.
Big block.
Big block. That's quite a motor.
502 big block. Wow. Not just that, it's got a beautiful like gunpowder grey. I'm going to bring the fact sheet closer so we can see what's happening. When you've got a motor like that, I want to find out what the transmission and suspension is like. But the interiors look nice and neat. Give you guys a good look around here. The Chevy Biscayne.
Sleeper.
A sleeper.
Yep.
Okay, the 66. Now it's listed for $49,000. 4-speed automatic car. ZZ502. Okay. Very nice. It's got the turbo 400. There's a lot happening here. Feel free to pause the screen and read the fine print. Or better yet, call Gateway here in Scottsdale and have a chat with Al.
Thank you.
The 65 Malibu, listed for $40,000. Convertible, red and burgundy interiors. This is nice. V8 engine, automatic, red on red.
This one drives really nice. I got to drive it this morning.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, for the video, for our video. Yeah.
That's right. There is
really nice.
There is video and footage of each individual car for sale.
Yep. We have about 150 pictures and a video and a description.
And if that's not enough, just give them a call.
Exactly.
All right, there's a lot here, everybody. Honestly, I always have a good time coming in, having a chat with the good folks at Gateway. Feel free to give them a call. Their details are on the screen as well as the description. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. That will tell YouTube that what I'm doing, people are enjoying.
Yeah.
But this is pretty cool. Are you going to the show yourself?
No, not this year. No, I'm dealing with like a medical issue right now, so.
Okay, well, I hope everything works out for you. But thank you, and I do appreciate your time, Al.
No problem, Rana. Nice
Thanks
to
a
meet
lot.
you.
Absolutely.